All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our December regular board meeting. Before we get started, let's all rise and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Glad we warmed it up for everybody tonight so it's not as cold. So let the record show that all board members are present except for Mr. Cairns this evening. Board, before you have an agenda, can we get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, agenda carries. Dr. Binion up first. Terrific Tigers. As we call your name, students come up and parents make pictures.
All right, first up, Early Childhood Center, Jair Kirby, pre-K, son of Joshua Kirby Sr. and Deja Summers. Jair shows responsibility and leadership within the classroom. He consistently participates in group learning and offers answers to the group. Jair shows leadership by following class rules and setting an example for his classmates. He shows a love and enthusiasm for learning every day.
It's like, what? You could go one out of me.
Next up, Alma Schroeder Elementary, Adeline Jackson, first grade, daughter of Derek and Laura Jackson. Adeline is truly wonderful to work with each day. She shows kindness to others, offers to help without being asked, and always approaches tasks with dedication. She has a fun and friendly personality, and her strong work habits make her a valued member of our classroom. Next, Blanchard Elementary, Princeton Criddle, first grade, son of Samantha and Aries Criddle. Princeton is an outstanding student. He is helpful, considerate, kind, smart, always eager to learn, and has a permanent smile across his sweet little face. He is a dream student and everyone's best friend. Way to go, Princeton. Blanchard is proud to call you our terrific Tiger. Clifford Elementary, Christian Perez Salinas, fourth grade, son of Emiliana Salinas and Tomas Perez Velasco. Christian is the perfect example of a terrific Tiger. He always goes above and beyond in everything he does. He works extremely hard on his schoolwork and is always following school expectations. He's always willing to lend a helping hand whenever it is necessary. We are so proud of Christian and happy to have him at Clifford. Franklin Elementary, Lakin Millsap, first grade, daughter of Kennedy Carroll and Kendall Millsap. Lakin consistently goes above and beyond in everything she does, from writing prompts and art projects to math quizzes and spelling tests. Lakin's hard work shines through. Her positive attitude, willingness to help, and eagerness to try her best motivates those around her. Lakin is a true role model in our classroom and school community, and we are thrilled to recognize the wonderful example she sets each and every day. Jefferson Elementary, Shamar Martin, first grade, son of Chanel Wilkerson. Shamar is always on tasks, listens carefully to directions, and follows them the first time without hesitation. His quiet confidence sets a positive example for his classmates, and he brings a strong understanding to every subject we explore. He approaches each lesson with curiosity and determination. Shamar is truly a joy to have in class, and his hard work never goes unnoticed. Central Middle School, Elijah Pfeiffer, fifth grade, son of Danielle and Christopher Pfeiffer. Elijah Pfeiffer is a bright, well-rounded student who shines in the classroom. He learns new concepts quickly, asks great questions, and always puts forth his best effort. His curiosity, work ethic, and natural leadership truly set him apart. On top of that, he's kind, caring, funny, and brings joy to those around him. Elijah is a true terrific Tiger and a wonderful example of the values we celebrate at Cape Central. Terry W. Kitchen Junior High, Alexia Parker, 7th grade, daughter of Renata Columba. Alexia has been an invaluable help in the choir and music classroom. She consistently assists with leading by example and putting chairs away after choir each day to prepare the room for the next class. She has been a terrific student, always willing to support both the teacher and her classmates. Central High School, Noah Caldwell, 12th grade, son of Janelle and Keith Caldwell. Noah is an outstanding young man who loves learning and helps others learn. He's a very nice and polite kid who will stop and speak to teachers in the hall, even if he does not currently have them in class. Noah is an empathetic, kind student who helps make Cape Central a better place. Central Academy, Tasia Williams, 12th grade, granddaughter of Donna Collier. Tasia is an excellent example of what it means to achieve at Central Academy. She has come into our building with a smile on her face, determined to succeed, and with such a positive attitude. She volunteers for tasks, answers questions, and leads the class in discussions. She is an active member in JAG and the Explorers program. We cannot wait to see what Tasia does with her skills in the future. And then from November, Central Academy, Iasia Clemens, 11th grade, daughter of Tiana Fleming.
I know there was two more in the audience if you guys want to come up.
There you go. Boss them around. Tell them what to do.
I would have been wanting to.
I know.
You don't have to, but.
She don't want to leave her mom.
That's right.
She doesn't want to come out. Okay. Very good.
Just be awesome, that guy.
All right, big smile, and I'll move out of the way.
Of course he was.
All right, and then Dr. Bennett, up next, we have All-State Band.
Yeah, yes, please come talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Hart is our band teacher. He's going to talk to you a little bit about Lamar. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Brian.
It's all right.
Brian.
Kind of.
Sorry, brother.
I just real quickly wanted to recognize George Dean. Would you stand up here so they can see you? Come on up. All right. Yeah, give George a hand. So I'll try to summarize this up as fast as I can. The All-State Band is one of the biggest accomplishments that you can earn as a high school band student orchestra. And there was about 1,400 students that came up to Columbia Hickman High School last weekend. We went up with George and his sister to audition, and out of those 1,400, about 120 are selected. And we're competing against schools like in St. Louis and Kansas City. But I just wanted to say that this is a huge deal for our school district. It's very rare because it's very tough to get these students in. But George is not only an excellent musician, he is a student with high character, and he's just an amazing young adult. He's been in our marching band for the last 4 years, and he came on to our program looking like a senior as a freshman. He's just a wonderful young man, and I'm just so proud of him. And I just wanted to tell his parents that they've done such a great job raising him. But All-State Band is a wonderful thing, and we just wanted to recognize him tonight. So thank you, George.
We're going to take a picture real quick. Hang on, we're going to take a picture. One things that I thought was pretty amazing is one of 107 kids. Did you already say that?
It's
it one of
107, 120.
For the ensemble.
Yeah, it's usually about, yeah.
For the state ensemble, which is
Yes.
incredible.
So, and he made fourth chair French horn, and they only accept 8. So, I mean, in a way, you could say he's the 4th best French horn player in the state of Missouri this year.
All right.
Oh, I'm taking video.
Pretty sure that was a TikTok trend or something. Now you can make your escape.
Well, the really exciting stuff's coming up.
You sure you don't want to stick around? You may want to stick around.
Ballot language for an owl.
Yes, yes. We're going to review each noun.
Yeah.
All right, up next, we have information proposals or comments from the audience. Mr. Payne? Okay, again, reach out to Mr. Payne if there are any comments 5 days in advance in our policies guide, how to go about doing that. So up first, or up next, Board President's Report. It hasn't been very long since our last meeting, so not a whole lot other than Merry Christmas. Hopefully, the faculty and staff are excited. It's only 2 weeks and we get to come back, so. That was a horrible comment, so. But nothing else, just Merry Christmas. Very excited. It warmed up just a little bit. It's not minus 20 right now, so.
I think it's going to this week.
And yeah, that's all I have. So, Dr. Finney,
Yes,
hand it
for
over to you.
tomatoes.
Yes.
For tomatoes. We're thinking tomatoes already, okay.
Tornadoes.
Tornadoes. I thought you said tomatoes. I thought you said tomatoes. Tornadoes, tomatoes.
It's going well today.
I would do the 6-7 thing, but I don't understand the 6-7 thing.
Oh, no.
I'm looking at Jamie because he did that today. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Superintendent's report. Here we go.
Hey.
I don't even know where to go. This is your last.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, let me get my composure here. Congratulations to 27 seniors who were early graduates of the class of 2026. The high school celebrated them last week. I didn't know if you saw that on our Facebook post. Pretty awesome. And then I know our music department across the district has been extremely busy with winter and holiday concerts. I just wanted to commend all of our music teachers and students on some fantastic performance. We got to see one today. I'm going to talk to you about it. Mr. Moore, the music teacher at Clippard, brought the Clippard Elementary Choir by today to perform some holiday hits. We really enjoyed singing along with them. I think we had a bigger crowd this year than we've ever had, so we're really excited to have them here this year. And then they also sang last Friday at the mall with their middle school group too, so pretty impressive. I just would like to wish everyone a happy holiday and a happy new year. Be safe. What, Crystal? I know you have a comment.
It's Brian. He's causing problems.
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy holidays.
you.
Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So up next is our tomato report.
Tomato
And so CSIP program evaluations up for our next Elevate 3. Ms. Talent, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I don't know where
I don't know if you
now,
could
exactly.
top the tomato report. That was pretty
We're
good.
testing your skills
I
of
see that. I'm gonna
communication.
stick to my
Your
script
elevate.
here. Yes, exactly.
You're gonna elevate.
Let's hope so. So Elevate 3 focuses on guardian involvement and communication, and I've broken this up into 2 kind of reports because last year we just focused on rooms. This year there are some marketing efforts that came out of that family engagement committee that I want to make sure that we discuss tonight. So our main reason for implementing rooms was to streamline our communications from teachers to our families. We had, as we know, we had in some situations 5 different apps that families were having to download on their phones to keep up with the various communications, and that's just quite frankly unacceptable. And so this was a way for us to make sure that we're streamlining those efforts. Also, there is now state law on the books that states that teacher-student communication must occur on school-approved platforms that are traceable. So this is keeping our communications also safe between our employees and our students as well. So some of our key strategies for implementing this, obviously we implemented it in 2024, so this is now year 2. Our engagement rate for our families right now over year 2 has moved from 60% to 72%. Our goal is 80%, so we're getting closer. We have a couple of schools who have already reached the 80% mark. Blanchard and Alma-Schroeder are already over 80%. Clifford's knocking on the door, they're almost there. So we'll continue to work with our principals to see those numbers increase. One thing we've had to do is, as you guys know, with change comes a little bit of resistance, right? So we've been working to get our teachers on board with this, and we have moved up over the last month. We've seen a 9% increase to 79% for our teachers. So the difference there, obviously we can't control what our parents and guardians are doing. We have a little bit more control over what our employees are doing, so we would like to see that rate 100%, obviously. So we'll continue to work toward that. Some of our measurements with this specific tool, again, mentioning the percentage of our families who are engaged. So we're at 72%, again, moving to 80%. We are tracking the volume of our one-on-one messages from staff and families. Last year, about this time, we were at around 30,000 messages. We're just under that this year. And I believe that probably the decrease in that is that our staff is getting more comfortable with the product, and they're learning now the difference between announcements and messages. So I'm not necessarily sending out one-on-one messages to families. If I'm a classroom teacher, I'm sending it out as an announcement. So I believe that's probably the reason for us to see a decrease there. We'll continue to seek feedback from our guardians and our teachers. This company has made a lot of adjustments based on feedback from our school district. And so we're thankful to see kind of some of the things that our teachers asked for and some of the things that our families asked for to see improvements there. One of our big goals is to get our students now at the secondary level on board with using the product, because that's going to drive kind of our secondary teachers to utilize it a lot more. Any questions over that? Okay, so we'll move into kind of the second part of Elevate 3, which is on promoting kind of some of our marketing efforts. So basically, out of our Family Engagement Committee, they stated that they really wanted to see us make a more concerted effort to promote things outside of athletics, even though we do a great job with our media partners in telling those stories, that a lot of times, you know, people maybe don't see the newspaper, they don't see the stories on KFBS or KBSI. So looking at ways where we could promote some of these things to our families and make sure that they see them. So one of the key strategies that we did over the last year, you guys might have noticed that we have the billboards. So that was something that we did. And then also with commercials, I hope that you guys got the chance to see our latest commercial featuring Goliath Morris-Young. And so that's, you know, one of the ways that we really wanted to promote all of the things that our district has to offer. We're going to be working on then a new commercial with KBSI after the new year. We just haven't figured out that yet. Another thing that we've been able to do, hopefully that you guys have seen, our podcast and our CT Friday Fab 3. The Fab 3 is something that we do every Friday where we feature things going on, throughout the district and highlight it via video. One thing that I love about these two things specifically, these are things we were able to implement with interns, students who were not only Cape Central graduates, but also products of our Cape Career and Tech Center, which is a great way to highlight, the work that our kids are learning right here on our campuses. And so the good thing is we will be able to continue those two things. We did increase our marketing budget this year, but partly so we can continue to have Fab 3 and the podcast because those students are no longer my interns and they no longer will work for free, which we understand now. So with that, increased media coverage will be something that we continue to look for as we measure kind of growth in this area. We had over 2 million Facebook views last year. We'll continue to hope to grow our Facebook views. I just want to point out that the new commercial did have great traction on Facebook, and also Dr. Binion, your Thanksgiving little report with our students had some good traction over the last month too. And again, positive feedback. Hopefully you guys have heard positive feedback from the Fab 3. I know I have our intern who actually has been the one producing these segments each week. She was very proud because even at her dentist office the other week, her dentist brought up the Fab 3 and she was like, I am the one who creates that each week. So that was really, really cool for her. So with all this, I rate us above average in this effort because, I feel like we're really doing a good job of streamlining our communications. That's something that when I go to my St. Louis MOSBRA meetings, that the St. Louis schools are really kind of blown away that we're kind of a step ahead of them with pushing everybody into one app. And so I feel like that's something that we should really be proud of because our job is to make things easier for our families, for sure. Any questions? Okay. We will move on then to Elevate 4. This focuses more on community engagement and collaboration among our supporter groups. Ms. Keys mentioned this a little bit in some of her CSIP reviews over last month. But this basically is a chance for all of the kind of bigger fundraising arms of our district to come together and really share kind of goals for the year with each group and then also share progress. And so it really, what we were hoping to do is reduce stress on our community supporters. We know that we ask our community a lot, right? And so in the areas that we can, if we can then maybe reduce some of those asks or at least not overlap sometimes when we're asking our community partners, specifically when it comes to money. So some of our key strategies and accomplishments: standardized resource protocol for our request. Basically that is just looking at making sure that people are educated on what does each group do. For example, we know that Here to Learn does health, hunger, hygiene. We know that the foundation does a number of things, but really when we're looking at expanding opportunities for teachers beyond what maybe the district is able to provide as it relates to funding certain things in their classroom, then that would be something the foundation would cover. Booster Club, obviously we'll be looking more at providing more opportunities for students to support them in athletics. So just making sure that people are aware of what these groups do and where the appropriate request should be going. And so with that, then kind of designating our point of contact. Within that, like Mandy is our point of contact for Care to Learn. Then sharing a reference guide for our for basically our school staff. We do this with our principals very well. They're aware of who their community partners are. ABC Today Network is another organization that's one of our big funders and just basically big supporters. If we have an ask, if we have a need, they really help us fill it. Each school has a designated list of partners, and so the schools are supposed to stick with their list if they have a need before going out and asking anyone off their list. So again, that's just kind of keeping everybody, organized and making sure that our resources are going where they need to go. And so within this group, we've been able to really share kind of internally what are the big fundraisers they're working on, what are the big projects, kind of goals that they have for the year. And just lastly, the clarifying kind of like what's acceptable as it relates to when organizations are wanting to help us, but then also I feel like empowering our people to be a little more assertive in advocating like what you need as a school versus people coming and saying, well, I'm gonna tell you what you need. That's something that can be really tough because when somebody wants to give you something, you wanna accept it, but sometimes it may not fit within our strategic plan. We need to make sure that we are sharing that and letting people know the appropriate way to help us. So key performance indicators, as I wrap up here, just with our efficiency, again, eliminating duplicate asks. We do not need to be asking the foundation to do something that maybe the booster clubs, the booster club would be more appropriate in filling that need. Then looking at, are we able to fill any of the asks that are coming in, which again, I feel that we are very fortunate because when we have a need that pops up within our school district, we are able to fill it, which is not the case everywhere. Making sure that we're utilizing our partners properly, and then lastly, making sure that we're including them in the process and receiving their feedback and then making changes if there are needs. So with this, I also rate us above average because we really are, I believe, making strides. I wouldn't rate us to excellent yet because I don't think we've really had any outside the box like thinking or ideas yet, but I believe that with the group that we have, we'll get there. Any questions on that?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So up next, Academic Services Report, a Yonder program update.
So this is our annual survey that we send out to our certified staff. This is actually year 2 for the junior high for full implementation of the Yonder program, and it's 2.5 years for the high school because they did a mid-year implementation the first round. Before we jump into the survey results, timing-wise, it was a really big year for junior high and high school because it was the first time that the 8th grade inventory of Yonder pouches actually transitioned to the high school for freshman orientation to be checked back out, and they handled that very well. It was also the first round of senior inventory cycling out of the building. So there were some learning curves along the way, just mainly how to best organize everything and get it out efficiently to kids. I'm not going to read all of this summary. The survey is basically just to get feedback on the program, and we have asked very specific questions to all of our certified staff at the junior high and high school. Just a week of collecting responses before the board meeting. We missed just one shy of getting 50 certified responses for the survey. Experience ranged anywhere from 1 to 29 years of teaching in the building. And then without reading all of the questions, the ones that really stuck out to me was just reduce distractions and improve focus, increase student engagement, positive interaction on social interaction between teachers and students, and just overall positive impact on instruction, which were all 80 and above across the board. In the past, we had talked about getting the qualitative feedback, focusing a little more with the teachers on that. That's what that next section is. Many of the teachers explicitly called the program a game changer. I know this is one of the most talked about things when we actively engage with staff across the building, is just not having to manage cell phones anymore, either in class, in hallways, restroom transitions, things like that. They noted the programs reduced just overall cell phone related disruptions and student confrontations, making negative behavior redirection less frequent, which takes stress off our staff. And then noted that the face-to-face conversations happening in the hallways and cafeteria are just enhancing the overall school climate and culture. And then one of the biggest things, especially from a policy standpoint, is there's clear expectations for what students and staff are expected to do as it relates to cell phone usage in the building. So overwhelming positive feedback again from staff for the 3rd year. Happy to answer any questions or concerns you guys may have.
With the law changes in the state, have you guys been getting reached out to a lot by other schools about how this is working here?
Yeah, so we were actually kind of the model district. I actually facilitated Mass's webinar for the statewide webinar for the law changes coming in. We worked with Yonder because I'm part of their partner advisory board, and we actually shared all of our policy resources, our implementation presentations we used with parents, the guidelines, everything. We just pushed those out statewide for anybody to use that wanted to. And we've had tons of people actually do site visits as well to the high school.
Questions? Thank you very much. Up next, Community Teachers Association report. We sprung it on you. It's earlier in.
You'll have to forgive me, I forgot to print off one of the pages, so I will be reading from my cell phone. No yonder pouch here. Do you want me to start with the member shout out or about our convention that we went to just a month ago?
Your choice.
My choice. Okay. Well, let's just start with the presentation first because that'll be easier and I'll talk slower, I promise. So this past November, we were able to take, was it 11? I do have a little slideshow. I don't know if that can be put up or not. I don't know. I sent it. It's okay. I'll just go off the cusp here. We were able to send
Jamie Russell question.
They said your name when the
rest of us
emails
are
went
no
out.
help,
I don't know.
so.
But we had, I believe, 12 members that got to go of our local CTA. And so this ranged from veteran members to first years. And we were able to see almost every level, or almost every school, actually. Even we had members from the CTA or CTC come join us. And so the big purpose to go is to be ready for Capitol Day. So we as a CTA and MSTA have days set aside where we go visit with our legislators, our senators, and our representatives to talk about what's important to teachers and what's important to educators here. All of our ideas are always aligned up with our superintendents as well. And what's nice is they'll actually go the day before us. So they'll get a double whammy in 1 week of that same information. But that's the first part is we, as a group, it's so cool. There's like 500 educators across the state of Missouri where they sit and they've have these lists of things that we believe in, we oppose, we approve, and we talk about them as a group of 500 people. It's very, very regimented, and it works out great, but it gets heated at times. The big ticket item this year was just talking about teacher safety in the classroom. And that's an emotionally charged item, so that became kind of difficult to debate. So that is going back to the committee that handles that area, and so we look forward to talking more about that in the future. But it's just really neat to be able to compare stories across the state, sharing, well, my school's doing this. Oh, that's really cool. My school does this, and there's PD that's given as well. And so to have the ability, and Cape Public Schools does fund some of that for us, which is just amazing. We are incredibly blessed, and thank you for that. But it's just allowing us to collaborate as a whole to make sure that our teachers feel supported and well heard. Like things that have come out of this is now we have virtual coaching. So our school has academic interventionists and behavior interventionists. A lot of schools across the state do not. So now we're able to spread that knowledge through virtual opportunities to those smaller schools who are handling those behaviors or the academic needs that don't necessarily have that expertise for it. So it's just a really, really cool thing to go to. And so we have fun too. And there's a big ballroom bash where we celebrate the president leaving and joining, having a new one. But I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you for making that such a wonderful opportunity for us. And thank you for supporting us in that as well. Because through that, you don't really, it's hard to explain what MSTA and CTA and CERTA are until you live it. And so when we have new members or members who have never been involved before go to that, it sparks this excitement. And we start to see people come with ideas to our meetings about how can we make it better here. And then we get to bring that to our cabinet and share that. And we get to see our whole district just work hand in hand to make it a better experience for our educators and for our members here. So I just want to say thank you for that. And now for the best part, right? So the staff members shout out for December 2025. From Alma Schroeder, Ms. Amber Price and Ms. Elizabeth Gonzalez go above and beyond to make the book fair fun and accessible to all our students. They put in many, many hours moving the book fair to the gym to make it an enjoyable experience on a very full Grandparents' Day. Thank you to Mrs. Shelley and our cafe team. They go above and beyond every day to make our students feel loved and well fed. Heather Randall is always a phone call away and willing to help in any way she can. From Blanchard, Miss Ahrens is working hard to keep her fourth graders engaged in reading books by hosting book clubs. Coach Schmidt is always using PE to not only work on physical exercise, but also to teach kids the importance of taking turns, being kind, and listening well. Mrs. Martin has gone above and beyond for her students all semester, and we are so lucky to have her here. She truly gives her all every single day. From CAO, thanks to the Human Resources Department who have been working diligently with staff to ease the stress of transitioning to a new platform. From Central Academy, shout out to Vice Principal McMullen for shoveling the ramp to Positive Pathways. We appreciate you. From Clippard custodians are the best. The building looks amazing all the time. Our cafeteria workers do a great job of keeping us fed. They engage with the students by building relationships with them. Our Sunshine Committee is awesome. The ways they come up with to boost morale is fun and just the thing to keep us smiling. We have a Sunshine Board that Ms. Solon fills out with scripture, trivia, and fun questions. That, too, keeps us smiling, thinking, and laughing. Thanks, Sue Ellen. Bus monitors are a huge asset to our school and improve student behavior even after school is ended. Thanks for taking extra time out of your days to shape our students. From the CTC, big shout out to Chef Yount and her culinary arts students. Over the last week, they not only prepared a fantastic Thanksgiving meal for Jefferson Elementary, but also provided multiple meals for community meetings staying late into the afternoons to make it all happen. Their hard work and dedication are appreciated. A big thank you to Mrs. Clayton and Mrs. Powell for the tremendous amount of work that went into making this year's College and Career Fair another outstanding success for our students, our business and industry partners, and the entire CTC community. I also want to thank our staff for ensuring students were well prepared and ready to make the most of the experience, regardless of the weather challenges. Your dedication truly makes a difference. Shout out to our custodial team who have been working with a short crew, covering 4 buildings on our campus with instruction that starts early in the morning and goes till late into the evening is challenging on a good day. We appreciate everything each of you does to keep our building clean and make a positive impression for the many visitors and events we host here almost daily. Shout out to all of our school counselors for stepping in while I was on medical leave for 5 weeks. I am blessed to work with such an incredible group of women. Just, I don't work at the high school, so that wasn't from me. Shout out to our admin who worked to make working in our building fun. From the Early Childhood Center, shout out to our social committee for planning a fun Christmas season at ECC. From Franklin, we are so very thankful for our administrative assistant, Ms. Carissa. We are incredibly grateful for the compassion, professionalism, and warmth she has shown to our students, staff, and families. Her impact on Franklin cannot be measured or put into words. She's an absolute gem. Shout out to Officer Matt for always being on call and ready to assist whenever he is needed. We're lucky to have him. From the high school, shout out to Jacqueline Haynes, who stepped in for the Central Studies class and doing a great job. Shout out to Ms. Jen Perez and Mr. Walker for pouring into the theater department and the amazing performance this weekend of Little Women. They have spent the last 4 months helping their students prepare for this show, and their dedication showed. Shout out to Ms. Kribis, Ms. Hyder, and Ms. Womack, who were selected to present their poster at the National Social Studies Conference in Washington, D.C. this past week. In Jefferson, shout out to Ms. Carey. She is such a great addition to our pre-K team and has been working so hard. Ms. Austin, Ms. Bell, Ms. Razor, Coach Landowy for testing kindergartners for their PBL JE goal getters. Ms. Dawkins, Ms. Maxfield, Ms. Cahill, Ms. Krailman for diligently working with students to meet their academic goals while also striving to help students with executive functioning and social skills. You are the best. Pre-K TAs for working alongside our little tigers to help with their success and independence. From the junior high, Ms. Haley Russell has been the absolute best support system. She is always working hard to meet the needs of both students and staff. At any given time, you can see her hustling around the office and making sure she gives the time to everyone who needs her. She is so loved and appreciated by all of our building. Our counselors, Mrs. Bright and Ms. Carter, are working so hard to get schedules shifted and straightened out for the second semester, making sure every student's needs are met. They are amazing. From the middle school, Mr. Bryan is the absolute best. The upstairs 5th grade hallway always looks amazing. He goes the extra mile for us teachers up here and is always offering to help with anything and everything we may need. Thank you so much, Mr. Bryan. Shout out to the Sunshine Committee, CMS Kindness and Service Leadership Club for hosting Socktober. With the help of our wonderful students at CMS, they collected 447 pairs of socks for foster Foster Adopt Connect. Shout out to our amazing nurse, Angie Stone, for always helping, giving, and supporting not only our students, but our staff and community. Shout out to the 5th grade team. You all have been rocking the spirit days and bringing smiles to our students' faces. Shout out to Ms. Berghoff and Ms. Hecht for all the work they do. It does not go unnoticed, and I know our staff is so appreciative of everything you do to help our students. You guys are big blessings to CMS. To all the staff that made after-school programming so engaging and fun. And those are the shout-outs for December.
Hey, and we have your,
My presentation
We do.
with all the wonderful pictures. Those are the people who went. Those are the goals I talked about. I think I got them all. And you don't get to see the fun pictures. I'm sorry, I don't know what occurred. I probably didn't share you the editing rights. So this is just a quick, it's the video. Yeah. That's just a quarter of the amount of people in that room. So it's a big deal. So these are a mixture of our people who went and the people we've also collaborated with. And there's just our cute picture at the end. So.
I saw Tyler out there.
Absolutely. So we definitely have fun, but it's also a big learning experience too. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
all right, Ms. Dudek, have you stretched? Are you ready? So, Treasurer and Finance report.
Did she say that?
This report is for November. Teasing about you going as fast as she did.
Starting the beginning fund balance, 14.7 million. We received revenues of 1.4 million, expenses of 2, and 1.6 transferred to special revenue fund, leaving us with an ending fund balance of 12.5 million. The cash and investment detail is listed. We're halfway through December and we have started receiving some of our tax revenues already. So next month's fund balance will look quite a bit different. But does everyone have any questions?
Thank you very much. Okay, up next, board reports. We shall start with, just went blank, MSBA delegate report.
The only thing I have is to remind you guys to take a look at the advocacy positions. You can find it on the MSBA website. You don't even have to log in. You just click on advocacy. It'll take you to another page, and there's a link to the MSBA advocacy positions. So that informs you about a lot of the stuff that Crystal talks about and what the MSBA stance is on different legislation. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Okay. Up next, legislative report.
So pre-filing has begun. There were 2 education bills that I have seen getting a lot of attention. One was, it's kind of been a national conversation, honestly, focused on reducing digital instruction like iPads and Chromebooks, increasing the use of physical textbooks and work completed on paper. The second was a move to make breakfast and lunch free for all Missouri public schools. That's something that we already provide through grants, but that would be implemented statewide. Like I said, both of those things have gotten a lot of press, but it kind of remains to be seen if they have any teeth when it comes to actually passing the House or the Senate. The bigger news is DESE released their legislative priorities for 2026. A lot of it was good news in the sense that it really aligns with what we already say are our priorities. So things like continued funding and expansion of early childhood education, continued support for science of reading, expanded support of workforce development like VOTEC, CTC type things. Recruitment and retention of educators was a big priority for them. One way they talked about doing that is fully funding the foundation formula and continued funding for the career ladder programs. Full funding of school transportation formula, updating the current formula, foundation formula to ensure that it is adequately funding the schools the way they need to be. So those were all positive things. The bad news is, this is probably not a surprise, but DESE supports legislation for public school open enrollment. that will just continue to be a fight for the foreseeable future. Yes.
We were actually at the meeting in Springfield.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so,
And you didn't
yes,
tell me.
the reason why they were supporting open enrollment because they want to be there as
They wanna
in
be
the
a part.
discussions
Yep.
and making things specifically.
not agree.
They did not agree with,
enrollment.
yeah,
They did not disagree, they did not agree, they could not come to an agreement at that time.
I
they really
see.
didn't. So
Yeah,
they
sure.
want to be part of the conversation moving forward on how that is rolled
Mm-hmm. How it's
out.
implemented.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how it's implemented.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but-
we've talked about it numerous times
Yeah.
before. We know it's not going away. We know it's something
Right.
that is
be
continually
part of
going
the
to be brought
conversation.
up, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, the reality is those priorities are the things that we will probably see actually have some weight going forward. What they prioritize is likely what is going to have the most conversation happening in the House and Senate. So those are and like I said, a lot of those things are really great and things that, we want to see moving forward. So, that's all I got.
Thank you very much.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I mean, if you were in Springfield, and I know this is a different thing, but has there been any talk about budget and how money's gonna be allocated? Because I've been hearing that,
So
Budget's
what they're
very
doing
tight.
is they're redoing the foundation formula. There's committees, there's 3 different committees that are working on that, on 3 different parts of the foundation formula. We had a little bit of an update today. At this point, there's nothing really set in stone, so that's part of the reason why we really haven't had any conversations. This is a year-long process, so it's gonna take a little bit before they work through all of how they're going to fund things. They're looking at how they weight special education, how they weight free and reduced lunch, small school grants. They're looking at how that's going to be funded. So there's lots of different components that they're working on, but they haven't settled on anything. They're just kind of working through those committees and just updating everybody what the conversations that they're having in those committees.
okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Also, I
once we
don't know
know, I
if you
will-
mean budget tight specifically for schools or just overall the entire Missouri budget being tight.
Oh,
Yes,
I'm sorry,
but-
you're talking about I thought you were talking about the foundation.
But this was, when we talked about that airport meeting that we went to, it was one of the things that the legislators brought up, is that it is very tight, and they have to be very particular about how they ask, what information they have when they're asking for certain funds, and so we were also getting that same information from them, saying that, yes, it's tight.
Okay,
There's only so much of the pie.
right, yeah.
That's a Lindsay saying. She stole it from someone else. I always thought it was you, Lindsay.
Any other questions? Thank you very much. Up next, Cape Public Schools Foundation.
Good evening.
Starting with January 8th, the foundation will host a chamber ribbon cutting celebrating 31 years of service and supporting Cape Girardeau Public School students and staff. So we're 31 years old. January 9th, the foundation will host a mix and mingle at Roost. Appetizers are generously sponsored by Joseph Johnson. The event begins at 5 p.m. That's a Friday night, with the DJ and music starting at 7 p.m. This gathering provides an opportunity to connect with supporters, alumni, and community partners. And then on February 14th, we will be hosting our Penguin Party Gala. This is the foundation's signature fundraising event. We are starting at 6 p.m. and we will go to midnight. This event plays a critical role in funding programs that directly support our students and staff. Our band will be Awkward Timing, and then our dance band, party band, is the Remedies. Our auctioneers are the same that have been there in the past, and they bring great energy. And so we are extending the cocktail hour, shortening the live auction time, and so we can provide more time for music. We'll be trying to do more online bidding. So we're kind of excited to see how that goes along with our appetizers that we will have. I have to talk to the Southerner. We had originally talked about appetizer stations, trying to elevate the meal since it is Valentine's Day. 2025 programs and investment impact. In 2025, the foundation invested significant funds back into the district We helped support the food program. We provided about $36,000 for that. We bought a new score table for basketball, so that was $28,000. We paid Score Vision $12,000. Our innovative teaching grants were $20,000 this year. So in the spring semester of 2025, we put in over $80,000, impacting 4,359 students and 1,272 students, or staff. So we overlapped a little bit on students and staff, but that was the spring semester. And then the fall semester, we put already probably about 45,000 back, impacting 3,084 students and 433 staff members. Some of my highlighted things that I think are really exciting is we just bought a baritone saxophone for one of Josh Lamar's students. He's received it in 8th grade. It'll follow him through high school, and then it'll impact another school or another student when he's graduated. But I did not realize how expensive those instruments are. And Josh had a little bit in his budget, but we had an anonymous donor give us $5,000 for something for marching band. So that was what Josh picked to do. So that was a great purchase. And we've been helping our staff members that are like, I guess, TAs that are going to SEMO that have had struggle with paying a little portion of their tuition. They pay a big portion, but there's a little bit, and so we've helped pick up the slack there, and I think that's so important. We are continuing to push, and we are so excited. Like today, we received a donation for food support for our middle school, and we are going to do a food closet there. I am writing a grant with Community Foundation of the Ozarks for $25,000 for food to help our families during the crisis and when they need it. And I've been working with Mandy, and I hope that we receive that grant where we can do food at like parent-teacher events or maybe a play day, so we can hit them enough during the year, but they can also shop and take home a bag of food from an event and make them attend the school. They'll be at the school, so then they'll just get food or something to help their family at that time. So anyway, that's really all I have. The Penguin Party, yay. I'm so excited it's coming. If you haven't gotten a table, let me know. If you might have a business or something that you know of, an auction item, let me know there. We're collecting all those things. We're getting sponsorships, and SEMO is an Emperor Penguin sponsor, which is awesome. EPM Real Estate, and I'm sure there's several other businesses that I have not heard from yet. But we are gearing up on that and working hard to support our students and staff.
I'm seeing more tigers around the other.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we bought four tigers this year. So we
Not real tigers.
No, they're
not real tigers.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Tigers you can ride.
We can all roll in one at a time.
I do want one for this building. How cute would it be for one of the terrific tigers to ride in on
Jamie
it?
would be riding it all the time. He wouldn't even walk to the.
Yeah, well. It will be amazing. But anyway, Central Middle School was the only one that I didn't buy, and they wanted one as well. So they now have one. So all the buildings have them, and yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, big things.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I'm just picturing you using that as your desk chair. That's what you would sit on.
Those things are fast.
They are.
I rode them at Alma Schroeder. They're really fast.
For those of you who don't know, they are powered. I think everybody knows. Everybody's seen them, haven't they? Oh, good. Yeah.
The turns.
Okay, up next, approval of consent agenda items. So you guys looked over these already. We've got minutes from November 24th, 2025 meeting and payment of bills. Can we get a motion?
So moved.
Okay, all those in favor, everybody saying aye?
Aye.
Okay, the consent agenda items carry. Up next is our business. So up first is authorizing renewal of contract with stop-loss carrier for group health plan. Recommendation is authorize the superintendent or his designee to renew the existing contract of the district for stop-loss coverage for the employee group health care plan beginning January 1st, 2026, in amount not to exceed $1 million in annual premium costs. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Okay, any discussions or questions on that?
Basically, the stop-loss plan is so that it protects the district. Oh, sorry. It just protects the district for high claims that we have within our district. Once you hit $150,000, it goes into your stop-loss, and they take over the payments for those high claims. So it's very costly to the district, just so everyone knows. And it's going to continue to go up because health insurance always seems to raise each year, so.
Any other questions? Okay, all those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the recommendation to renew the contract stop-loss carrier for group healthcare plan carries. Up next, approval of ballot resolutions. So this is for our upcoming bond. So the recommendation is to adopt a resolution calling a bond election in Cape Girardeau School District 63 for Tuesday, April 7th, 2026. Now, I'll just read the rationale here. So a bond election is necessary to implement the long-range facilities plan, which was adopted by the board on June 23rd, 2025. Proposed bond issue in the amount of $30 million would address acquiring, constructing, renovating, expanding, improving, furnishing, and equipping school sites, buildings, and related facilities for school purposes, including the expansion and renovation of Central Middle School, Phase 2 building renovations for Alma Schroeder and Jefferson Elementary, and district-wide energy efficiency upgrades. So with that, can we get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussions on that? So again, this will approve the actual bond language that will go on the ballot in April. Any questions?
Any questions?
Any questions about this? It's to actually approve the ballot that we'll be asking voters to
Yep,
approve.
and so picture the ballot language right there. I won't read that whole
Yes.
ballot language, but it's there right there.
So we just, the long-range facilities plan, the first phase of it, includes projects for all buildings, but we, just felt that we would mention a few, to start, but it will actually be improvements district-wide. Central Middle School will be the largest, building with the funding, but, we're working with Gilmore and Bell and Steeple on this project. And currently, the debt service levy is 0.6647. We feel comfortable long-term that we can keep the levy at least to that. So the intent is that it will be a no tax increase bond issue for the community. So hopefully our voters will approve, and it's going to be called Proposition Tigers.
Yeah. So Proposition Tigers and no tax increase,
Nice.
just for our fellow friends over there. Okay. So if you're in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, so, let me get back over here. So the motion to adopt the resolution calling a bond election in Cape Girardeau School District 63 for April 7th, Tuesday, 2026, it carries. Okay, up next, information and proposals from board members. Anybody have anything?
Everybody have a Merry
Casey, thank
Christmas.
you. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, thank
You
you.
guys have been wonderful.
It's been a pleasure,
You've,
thank you.
Reinvigorated my love and appreciation for education, so thank you.
So,
Without you guys helping, like, kind of, being as cool as you are, I don't know that I'd be seeking this job that I ended up getting, so I do
Well,
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know if we should
Great.
apologize.
yeah,
or-
you will be great.
I was reading about 6
Yeah,
months.
ask him that question.
He will be missed.
Oh, yes, you will.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, can we get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right, all those in favor?
Not too fast there.
Okay, thank you guys very much.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas,
Yes.
everybody.